next up, we have Jackie Geis, Research Fellow at the Human Rights Center at UC Berkeley School of Law, with a presentation on networking human rights archives.
Hi, everyone. I'm here today to talk about human rights data and a technological approach that I'm helping to build to make it more useful over time. With the increasing availability of smartphones and access to social media globally, we have a vast amount of data documenting human rights abuses. In fact, it's said that there are many more minutes, perhaps 2 to 3 to 4 times more many minutes of images from the Syrian conflict than there are minutes of the conflict itself. All data suggests that the volume of data from the current Ukrainian conflict is said to be of similar magnitude. At the same time, we are also seeing novel ways to use this vast amount of data. Justice seekers from across the globe have been testing new tools and venues to get justice, including in the domestic courts of countries such as Argentina, France, Germany, and South Africa. Now, often when we talk about technology and human rights documentation, it's often about how to capture the data, verify the data, or analyze the data. But today I want to focus on a part of the system that is often overlooked, the transmission of that data. How does this highly sensitive data move from the person who created it to those who can use it to seek justice? At present, this data transfer system is quite manual. Let's say you're a prosecutor in Brazil looking to bring a case against a Brazilian company believed to be supporting war crimes in Sudan. This prosecutor would first have to figure out who might have the relevant information by reaching out to a wide variety of organizations. He would then have to demonstrate who he was, explain why he was seeking the data, and to develop a level of trust with that organization holding the material so that they were comfortable providing this data to him. Organizations holding the data have to undertake similar guesswork to understand which justice seekers are looking for the information that they have. In short, most data transfers of human rights documentation are one-to-one transactions. You need to do the guesswork of which organizations hold the data you need, figure out how to contact them, and build the personal relationships. This guesswork and relationship building are exponentially harder when there are language barriers for more geographically remote organizations and smaller organizations that don't have the outreach capacity to do this necessary work. In Ukraine, we've seen another way. There's a public-facing website that allows anyone to upload documentation on human rights abuses. This model takes away the guesswork of who has what, but also leads to data overload, where you have so much data in so many formats that it's hard to sort, deduplicate, and organize. Both of these ways are highly resource-intensive and inefficient. Prior solutions to this have tended to focus on the centralized collection of this data, creating databases with high ongoing costs to maintain security, storage, and access. These centralized solutions often took a black box approach. Human rights activists would know what data they put into the system, but had little, if any, knowledge of how or where it was subsequently used. Earlier this summer, a group of human rights activists, technologists, and academics gathered at Oxford University to chart a better path forward. Building from our experiences of what's worked, what hasn't, and what we wished for, we went back to first principles. And for us, the principles were value-led. In this meeting, we came up with a list of 7 principles that you see here. We want to have a light touch, not to be heavy on process, governance, or rules that place further burden on already overtaxed groups. We want the creators of human rights documentation to keep their data and decide how and where it should be used. We want to keep security and safety of people and data at the forefront of whatever we build. We want to build something that's inclusive and easy for small and large groups alike to use. And we want to be sustainable from both a human resource and financial resource perspective. From these principles, we've begun to design the architecture of what a decentralized network approach to transferring and sharing human rights data could look like. We envision building a matchmaking platform that enables organizations to signal what data they have, and prosecutors and other justice seekers to signal what information they're looking for. In the case of our Brazilian prosecutor from earlier, he could enter the name of the company that he's investigating or a set of geocoordinates and dates that he believes are relevant to the case that he is building. And then organizations with that specific data who were interested in collaborating with him could reach out. By streamlining and reducing the friction in the way that human rights documenters and justice seekers signal and connect, we hope for human rights data to have an even greater impact. Thank you.